Hi everyone, Smitty here, and this presentation is called How I Would Heal My Metabolism. Emphasis here is going to be on I, the word I. So this is what I would do, being someone that knows my body or is curious with my body. So I'm not saying this is what you should do. Just watch the presentation and then decide for yourself. Also, the word heal, you know what it means, but what I'm trying to say is this is how I would fix my metabolism. This is how I would undo a damaged metabolism, rather than taking maybe some medicine or drugs to fix the symptoms, or getting something removed in order to do something. You know what I mean? This is how I would heal my metabolism. All right, let's get started. So first off, let's start with some terms. What is metabolism? Google says the chemical processes that occur within a living organism in order to maintain life. I checked ChatGPT just to see if we got something else. The collective term for all the chemical reactions that occur in the body to keep it functioning properly. So they both mention chemical. They both kind of mention, well, one meant within a living organism to maintain life, to function properly. So similar terms there. And what I'm referring to, not that I'm better than Google or ChatGPT, but I'm talking about how your body digests and creates energy from food and other sources. Okay, so I thought I'd just clarify that. I'm sure we all kind of know what metabolism means, but always good to go over terms before we go into it. Okay, next one. So who needs to heal a metabolism? Who am I talking to? What symptoms would I be suffering for me to think I need to heal my metabolism? Digestive issues such as bloating or constipation, fatigued, and I put in brackets beyond usual because I think with work and life and stress we get tired and fatigued can ensue. But beyond usual, and you've got that's subjective. That's just going to be something that you can say, like, I just feel more tired than normal. I feel more tired, more fatigued than what makes sense for the amount I'm eating, the amount of activity compared to others. So subjective, but fatigued beyond usual. Diabetic or pre-diabetic, no appetite, slowly gained weight over years. So nothing where maybe you've gone on a holiday and put on a couple of kilos, or you've been laid off work and you're a bit upset and lazy and eating too much, and the weight goes up, but you know why? Slowly gaining muscle over years can be a real indication of a damaged metabolism, or you're not metabolizing food and creating energy correctly. Symptoms such as being cold, that's a big one. Skin problems, menstruation problems, and I really could go on and on and on because there are lots of symptoms of a damaged metabolism. But this is what I'm talking about. I'm not just saying, if you're fat, that you have a damaged metabolism, or that it's any one particular thing. But these are some rough ideas for what I mean when I say you may need, or I need, to heal my metabolism. Okay, so going to start off with things I would avoid when trying to heal the metabolism. I would avoid calorie restriction. I would avoid fasting, and I would avoid low carb, keto, carnivore. I've written down here all of these, those three things I just mentioned, they signal a stress state in the body, and the body will feel the need to conserve energy. When you have those symptoms in the last slide, or you have a damaged or unhealthy metabolism, your body is already conserving energy. It's already not getting enough energy, and that's the reason for some of those symptoms that you're receiving. Calorie restriction is getting less energy in, so we don't want that. Fasting is a way to create less energy coming in, and low carb, keto, a high meat or high fat diet is going to create a stress signal in the body, because your body's going to have to create the sugars, the glycogen needed to perform basic functions, and it can only do that by attacking protein and muscle, or not attacking, but using it. In order to do so, it needs to raise cortisol and adrenaline, I believe, and the byproducts of that is going to have stressful effects on you as well. So we're not going into the science behind things. I'm just saying these are the things I would avoid, and if you're going to listen to me, I would encourage you to understand why. The symptoms you're having from the metabolism isn't because you're not getting enough food. Your body's likely unable to metabolize the sugar, get the sugars into the cell, and that's why you're getting the symptoms that you are. As a long shot, could be many things, of course, but to just think, I've got a damaged metabolism, I'm bloated, I've got bad skin, I'm just going to eat a lot less, or I'm going to go 16 hours without eating, or I'm not going to eat carbs. The ramifications of that is not going to heal your metabolism. So write these 3 things down. Not that I'm talking to you, I'm talking to a hypothetical Smitty here, but I would avoid those things. Those things are not the answer. Although there can be benefits at times of your life of doing these things, remember this video is about healing your metabolism, and I would avoid those 3 things. Next slide, please. Okay, so I would also avoid polyunsaturated fatty acids, hereby known as PUFA. It's written up here, also known as PUFA. Now, these fatty acids are also known as omega-3 and omega-6. You've probably heard of them. You know that they're in fat and fish and things like that. And most of us are under the impression that they're good for us. I would avoid these while healing. They are less stable in high temperatures, the most unstable of fats. So high temperatures means cooking. High temperatures as in when it's in your body, it's going to raise temperature. And they're also heavily affected by light and oxygen, which can happen in your body, does happen in your body. They are helpful for, I love this fact, they are helpful for hibernation or if you're living in cold water. So bears and squirrels or whatever, they actually increase fish and nuts, respectively. Before they hibernate, they eat more of these foods, and I guess we've always thought, or if you say that to the lay person, they might think, well, of course they eat more, they need enough fat and calories before they go into hibernation to last, and that's true. But they eat these particular foods in excess before hibernation because it actually slows down their metabolic rate. It slows down how fast and how efficient their metabolism is. So that's the opposite of what we want. I hope you understand that. Eating polyunsaturated fatty acids, which can occur naturally in some foods, but it's in a lot of processed foods, okay? It's great for hibernation or living in cold water like a fish, okay? They're estrogenic in nature, so they increase your estrogen load, which is not what we're after. Okay, so I would avoid them. It's in seed oils, guys. Vegetable oils and seed oils are PUFAs. Canola oil, sunflower, peanut, soybean oil. So they're if you're cooking with them, please stop. Cook with butter, ghee, olive oil, coconut oil. Okay, so stop using them. Stop eating out. Stop eating packaged foods, and you have dramatically lowered your PUFA. Okay, cook all your meals. Have a look at the ingredients. If you're using something like packet rice, I know the packet rice I used to use has vegetable oil. If you get packaged, like you know at the supermarket how they sell packaged meals that you chuck in the microwave, well, I'll make a video on microwave in the future, but restaurant food, pre-packaged meals, they all use the cheap and very dangerous seed oils. They're in fatty fish, it's in seeds, obviously grains and soy, fish oil, get it out, processed food, animals fed corn and soy that we then consume, such as chicken. And think of it as a modern, can't see what I wrote there, health sucking scheme, a modern money making health sucking scheme. That's what I wrote. So seed oils are very cheap for the manufacturers to make, not cheap on the environment. If you're an environmentalist or care about earth, these things take up so much space and absolutely terrible for the world. So add this one to your list, write it down, learn as much as you can about it. We are no longer having PUFA. They occurs naturally in, I think it's in eggs, maybe some dairy and stuff like that. Like it's normal to have 2 to 4 grams of this a day or something from natural foods, but sometimes we're getting like over 100 calories from these acids, whereas we only used to back in the day 100 years ago get 10 or 20 calories from these foods. So it's dramatically increased over the last 100 years. Got to get them out of your diet. Okay, so that's the naughty list done. They're the things that I would avoid. Now here's some things that I would consume. Very Ray Peat inspired. When we talk about metabolism, if you haven't heard of Ray Peat and his disciples and people similar to him, he really was leading the way in this stuff many years ago. Things I would consume are animal foods and protein, so shellfish, hard cheese and milk. Mainly a focus on beef, getting away from the chicken just while healing the metabolism, unless you know that you're getting a great source of chicken. Like I said, if the chickens have been fed soy and seeds and grains, then it's going to store the PUFA. You're going to eat the PUFA, no good. Shellfish and oysters, things like that, so a protein source where you're having the whole food. hard cheese and milk for calcium, protein, lactase, things like that. Orange juice, easily digestible, high in carbs. Coffee and sugar, very pro-metabolism. Honey for some sugar and enzymes. Rice and potatoes, I deal really well with. If you go on some forums and things like that, many people have different opinions on rice and potatoes, but this is what I would do. I feel great on them. They don't make me feel heavy or sluggish or anything like that. Berries for carbs and sugar and antioxidants. Raw carrot, if you've heard of Ray Peat, you've heard of the raw carrot salad, which is grated carrot with some vinegar, olive oil, salt, and then you can add other things as you please. I'd go heavy on the fruit. I feel great on fruit and green juice. So you're getting nutrients here with carbs, fiber, and sugar. We're getting protein still, so I would still focus on protein. I am not as big on protein as other people in the sporting world that I'm in with strongman and bodybuilding interests. I don't have anything like 200 grams of protein a day or anything like that, but I do believe animal foods are amazing for us, so I do focus on them throughout the day and with every meal. But here's a quick list of the things that I would consume. I wouldn't track or limit calories, like I said. I would just eat portions that make sense and adjust as I go. I wouldn't overload on any one thing or, juice for 7 days in a row or just do carnivore for 7 days in a row. I would really just try and get a balanced plate and eat balanced throughout the week in accordance with how I'm training and feeling and things like that. So there's a quick list of what I would do. You can see that it's all whole foods. It's all foods that I'd be making, cooking with the oils that I mentioned before. Salt, sugar, coffee, all things that are pro-metabolism, easily digestible, give you energy, and you can make a meal plan or recipe book yourself out of these. But they're the things that I would have to heal my metabolism. Okay, moving on from diet now, just a quick slide on what else I would do to heal my metabolism, and that is get back to living. So lower your stress by, I've got a picture there of someone walking on the beach with a coffee. It's something that I've done many times. Get outside. There's so much benefit to being outside with vitamin D and just an array of things from the sunlight, or even if the sun's not out, just the ether and the infrared light outside. Have fun. Try not to focus all day on healing your metabolism. Come up with some foods, learn some things, and then just start implementing it, and try not to think about it all day, every day. That's stressful for the body, okay? Just enjoy your food, enjoy the process of learning, enjoy noticing when you feel better and when you feel worse, and make sure to do things that you enjoy, okay? Laughing is great for the metabolism. Being outside, being around others, being around animals, doing activities you enjoy. These all have measurable and noticeable effects on your psyche, which will in turn affect your metabolism. Exercise is a huge one for me. It's one of the things I enjoy most in life, and even if you don't love it, you need to find a way to enjoy something to do with exercise, okay? Moving the lymph, releasing endorphins, creating stronger bones, stronger organs, stronger muscles, obviously. So exercise needs to be in there. And then rest/sleep. So improving your sleep will hopefully happen when you improve your metabolism, but make sure that you're doing things to help you. Like if you know you're affected by coffee, stop it earlier in the day. If you don't sleep well after exercise earlier in the day, get off the phone earlier. The things that I'm sure most of you have read about and know about. Try and improve that. And then don't forget to rest. Like sleep and rest are different to me. Sleep is sleep and rest is sitting outside reading a book, sitting outside doing nothing, learning how to juggle, learning how to yo-yo, just being like a human, just being a blob a little bit. Sitting, watching TV and just allowing yourself to be a blob, especially if you're exercising, you're cooking all your food, going for walks. Make sure that you're resting. I've written here, metabolism is heavily linked to stress. Okay, when you're stressed, the body tightens up, releases certain hormones that are anti-metabolic. Get back to the things you enjoy and learn how to lower your stress. For some of you, it might be a bit of a skill. It might take a bit of practice to learn how to lower your stress, but you will get there, and the food will help. And lastly, on a similar note, find purpose and enjoy life. I won't make this one too long because we could make a whole 15-minute slide here on purpose, but one purpose that you might have at the moment might be to heal your metabolism, and that's great. Make sure that you've got some goals. Make sure that you've got a reason to get up out of bed. Maybe it's to get better at the gym. Maybe it's to be a better parent, a better partner, a better brother, whatever. Maybe it's to start a company or sell something online or create something or do something. But I think this world rewards people in many ways that are doers. So that's all I'll say. If you want to heal your metabolism, find purpose, and enjoy life. Hope you found this one helpful. Please leave me a comment with your thoughts, and if you've ever healed your metabolism or if you're in the process of, let me know how it's going. Always interested to hear. If you are after any coaching for strength training, programming, or nutrition, please check out my website or send me a DM, and I'll chat to you guys at the next one.